Hey everybody, it's Rick Trummer from Rick Trummer Consulting and Training, and welcome to another Grab Bag series. That's what we've been kind of dealing with over the last few weeks. And I'm going to finish up the last two sessions, today's session and tomorrow's session. So that's video number 11 and 12. And we're going to be discussing the black and white transfer. Now, I know I've kind of discussed this before, at least I thought I did, somewhere in the back stages of all the videos that I've been posting online. But for some reason, some people have said that they've never been able to find it. So I'm redoing a new one. So today what I'm going to do is kind of go over a couple different methods of going through and doing a black and white conversion. And then tomorrow I'll finish up a few other ways, and then I'll show you across the board the different ways of doing black and white. Some of them I consider really, really good. Some of them I consider not so great. So let's go ahead and kind of show you kind of some methods and the ways that I guess for the first part wouldn't want to be doing it this way. The first way is really easy, and this is the way that we used to do this, is we used to just go under image, and you can go under adjustments and you would go to desaturate. So that'll just send you a great black and white, and it's an okay black and white, I should say. So it's one way of being able to go in and do it. Now, once you click it into black and white, you want to make sure to switch your mode to grayscale so that you're throwing away all of the different colors that are on there. This way it'll take out what we call metamerism. Metamerism is a slight movement in color that gets put in from the lab. Most labs don't have a full black and white lab base anymore, so they don't actually print on black and white paper. What they do is they print off on color paper, and they have a very neutral area that they do that, and then they send it to you, and you'll always notice there's a slight color bias. The color bias normally is from the lab not being absolutely dead on neutral. That's normally where it's from. The second place that it can be from is if you have some color information still there, and you are actually moving it over to not pure black and white. So you haven't done that, or you haven't clicked on the black and white button inside their software. So there's a couple different ways that you're going to be able to find out exactly what's going on with that in your black and white. The next way of doing black and white is just to go into mode and switch it to grayscale. A lot of people will just do that, and you'll notice that these look somewhat similar to each other and almost identical. So a lot of people will just go ahead and switch it over the black and white and be done with it. The next way of doing it, or the last way that I'm going to be talking about today, is actually going in and using the black and white filter. Now this is new since like version 4. They've added a black and white area inside here where you can actually go into black and white, and it'll switch it into black and white, and then you can adjust all of your color palettes. Now, if you're doing this, I'll give you kind of a little bit of a secret here. The red channel kind of controls the contrast of your individual channel along with the colors that are in there. The yellow channel or green channel, either one, controls the detail of that image along with the colors that are green or yellow in that channel. And then the blue channels, like blue, cyan, those are going to kind of control the noise in that area. So if you have a lot of noise other than the colors, you'll be able to control that a little bit by using that in there. If you nail your exposures, you're never going to have to worry about doing with that. But if you're trying to increase color bleed or something like that, you're going to find it much easier to go in and do black and white maybe in a different way. So this is just another way of doing it, which I find very effective because now you can manipulate color shades a little bit. Tomorrow I'm going to show you a couple different methods to do this using hue and saturation, which is a way that you can really expound on your colors a little bit. And I'm going to be using something called calculations. So I want you to stay tuned for tomorrow as well. And then you're going to put both these two videos together, and you'll have kind of the completed version of how to move black and white, or how to deal with black and white properly when you're doing this. And then what we'll do is tomorrow we'll put all of these different methods together, and we'll kind of show you the different individual ways that are doing it and what's better for you in the long run when you're doing that. Remember, you can always go and get the third-party filters that are out there, and there's so many great ones, especially for black and white. So don't be afraid to go out there and test some of those really cool black and white filters that are out there. You'll notice, like for me, I don't have a ton of black and white filters that I've purchased out there because I like some of the things that I do. But in my version 6 that I've been working with a lot, I've got a lot of different filters from a lot of different companies that I find really, really good. So if you're using Topaz, they have a beautiful black and white filter. There's just so many. If you're Tim Walden has an entire series all by himself that he does inside his Lightroom area, which is really, really good. So you can always go search for them. So until tomorrow, there's a few different methods of doing black and white. We're going to finish this subject tomorrow. I hope you've enjoyed this series on grab bag. Next week, we're going to start something completely different, and I'm going to take you down another path. Hopefully, you're going to enjoy that. Until tomorrow, then, I'm Rick Trummer from Rick Trummer Consulting and Training, and I'll see you on the tube.